Okie dokie. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the letter. So, I didn't like how my microphone sounded last episode, so I'm using a different program to see if it sounds a little better. And I was not expecting to record another episode of the letter, and I don't think I'm mentally prepared at all. But I guess we're going, so let's go. This should be fun. Please tell me I'm recording and not streaming. Thank the gods. With a house this big, it's not surprising when the ceremony takes a few hours to finish. The sun's already high by the time we've gone through the last room. You mean low? Relationships? Why must you lie to me? I can never say I'm a devout follower of my own faith, even with Mama and Papa's teachings. But hearing every word Father Norman uttered as we went around the house has put me at ease. All of a sudden, the mansion doesn't seem so scary anymore. Maybe there is an end to this. Or perhaps this is the end. Father Norman bids us goodbye upon exiting the mansion's grounds. He has business in the village nearby, he says, a minute gesture to reach out to the members of their parish every once in a while. Sorry, I got like, what the fuck? It reminds me of a distant memory, of helping hands and a few kind smiles that helped my family pull through when times were tough. But before he leaves...
Isabella, a word before I go?
I am turning my light on. I almost forgot to turn my light on. Nope. There we go.
Zachary hasn't been really forthcoming with your situation, and it is something I understand it wasn't his to share. But whatever burdens you, know that it's not a permanent fixture in your life. Besides, you have people to bear it with. If
they believe me, yeah. I bite back the harsh retorts before they come out, masking it with a smile as we wave the good priest off. His words, though meant comfort, has only left a bitter taste in my mouth. And if they don't believe you, what am I to do? A hand lands briefly on my shoulders, taking me out of my thoughts before they take a sullen turn. But my smile doesn't quite reach my ears when I turn to him.
Say, do you want to go somewhere?
Hell yeah, I want to go somewhere.
Right now? Where to?
Anywhere in the city. I'll leave it up to you.
You're the best friendest, buddiest. You're awesome. Hang out with Zach, hell yeah.
It wouldn't hurt. I've got some stuff I need to buy. Groceries. And there's a shop I want to check.
Is it real food this time?
Let me guess. Rebecca?
She's just worried about you. Even I can't eat that much instant noodles.
She does, I'll admit, she does have a problem. I'll admit it.
As a talent.
Yes.
Let's just go, Zach.
Oh, me and Zach are about to be the bestest. Fuck Luke, though. Fuck Luke. A smile, a real one this time, devoid of any unpleasant thoughts. Regardless of what happened between us these past few days, I don't want to think harshly of them. What a pretty fountain! Zach had me wait on a nearby bench upon arriving prior to going off somewhere. He hasn't returned since it's been a good 20 minutes of being left alone entirely to my thoughts. In this weather, a city park gives off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around playing, there are now people leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass. I'd gladly sleep on this bench if I wasn't waiting for anyone. Soon enough, I see his hulking figure running toward me, carrying a medium-sized box on one hand and casually waving the other at me. He's panting when he reaches my bench. Sweat drips profusely from his forehead. There's a grin on his face. Did you run like 5 miles to get what you needed?
Sorry, the line was really long. Really long.
Oh, honey, it's okay.
You didn't have to run. Sit down first.
Nah, I'm good. Didn't want to make you wait for these.
What are they? I already know what's in the blue box before he opens it. Donuts? Hell yeah, I knew it! This right here is true friendship. Oh, they're cinnamon rolls. Never mind. Cinnamon rolls, all 6 of them topped with white cream cheese glaze. The very same one I bought after I sold my first property. After I met Zach, Ash, and Becca. Funny how such a small thing could trigger a distant memory, no matter how mundane it is. I don't say no to free food. Why is he getting me these now?
What for?
He leans on an empty space beside me, wiping the sweat off his forehead before answering.
An apology. And as thanks for yesterday and the other day.
You don't have to buy me anything, Zach.
You were upset. You haven't been yourself recently, and people kind of miss that, you know?
Are you just saying that Or...
No, really, Rebecca told me. You know how she is. Ashton, too.
Ashton was an ass. He should have been named Ashhole instead.
Yeah, you're still friends with that asshole.
He went a little overboard, yeah. I can talk to him if you want.
He'll still tease me about it, even if it's Rebecca telling him to stop. Besides, I can handle him.
You always do. And yesterday, when you talked me through my little slump, I thought, hey, I want our old Isabella back. Are you still upset?
Oh, honey, of course not. There are times when I wish Zach had been my big brother, or Becca my older sister. Maybe life would have been a little easier then. Maybe Papa wouldn't be sick as he is. Maybe. Maybe I wouldn't be alone here. But then again, if he is, then, oh, why am I saying then? If they are what I wish them to be, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met Ash too. Life back home is tough, but for all that I wouldn't change it for one selfish wish. In this city of 68,000 people, I have people I could depend on. 3 of them, in fact. When you think about it, when you compare the numbers to odds of finding someone like them amidst the sea of nameless people, I'm lucky.
Thanks a lot for today, Zach. You didn't have to, but you did.
Just me? No Ashton or Rebecca? Oh boy, they won't be happy to hear that.
God, I love Zach so much. All I want to do is make Zach happy. He's such a sweetie.
I don't mind being the favorite, though.
Oh, you are my favorite. There's no doubting you're my favorite. You're such a... Oh, why can't everybody be like Zach?
Nope, no favorites.
I strive
but
more to be
you
like
cook
him.
better than both of them, so that's a plus.
It's always been food with you, ain't it?
Don't put it like that. You're making me sound like a glutton.
I'm not saying you are, but it does feel good to know there's someone I can invite for food to be able to eat all of it.
Hell yes.
Only that? I thought we were also art buddies.
Oh, that too. But the food thing really stands out when you think about it. You do eat a lot for someone your, size.
Low blow. I take pride in my height.
So, is it okay now? Do you feel better? Does it still scare you?
A little. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out, somehow. It's not as bad as the other day, and Father Norman helped too. I should have brought something to thank him.
Oh, we could visit him anytime. He loves hearing from the young ones.
He isn't that old, is he?
Don't know. He doesn't tell.
Interesting.
I think I might have seen his face somewhere before. I just couldn't recall when or where. Ash says he looks like his boss, so the bartender at the local pub if he squints.
If he squints.
Don't take his word for it, of course. He might have accidentally inhaled something from the forensic lab again when he said that.
Again? This time the laughter that comes from both of us is genuine. Back to the usual. Things may have not been the easiest lately, but it certainly isn't the worst that has happened. We do end up sharing the cinnamon buns between us, despite Zach's insistent that it's only for me, but more than the food, it's a relief and contentment.
If you need anything, just ring, okay? Like when Ash annoys you too much. I'll help you with him, best friend or not.
God, I love Zach so much. Oh, Zach is so... Oh. I love Zach so much.
No way. I can take him on.
Still an extra muscle wouldn't hurt, yeah? Just let me know, and I'll back you up.
God, everybody should have a friend like Zach. Everybody needs someone like him.
My sister knows this one thing to shut him up when he's being his usual self. Ask me what it is whenever you want, and I'll spill it.
Huh.
I don't think that's necessary, but thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
He leaves me with a smile and a wave. Not a hug! Off to some new gig again. As for me, we still need to talk. Becca, Ash, and I put petty arguments aside like adults we all are. This, however, is a start, no matter how small it may be. I just hope I can keep them safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling in distinct smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? My hand's all sweaty. Why is this loading taking so long? Or do I have to click? I had to click! Why am I such a dummy? The cat's name is Bernie. Or at least that's what his collar says. It's an odd name to give a cat, in my opinion. But it speaks grace much like the other one that carries it. It shows in a way that he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my hands every movement. What? Not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. What are we It was a bad idea, carrying 2 heavy bags and a newly bought art material and groceries without help, or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought all of these at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. And now I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home, they're considered like ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and a sister does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mom used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping, a short breather, and I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company's bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or cross my path.
Where's your owner, anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what a collar's for, isn't it? A bandage is wrapped in one of its paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
Why would she throw a fit? Cats are great. I take a small packet of sweets from one of the bags aside and pop it open. I'm about to put it in my mouth and he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
Don't give a cat candy. He doesn't meow again, and as I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shift the piece into my palm and hold it out for him warily. He sniffs at it once, twice before.
Dorothea!
Oh, it's yours! Sorry. I might have almost poisoned your cat. Like a good, properly trained pet, Bruthiel, I think his name was, responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Miss McCullough. Hard to miss, with her height.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you?
No, but I probably almost poisoned it.
Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Do you ever actually wear your jacket, or you just wear it on your shoulders?
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way?
No.
I'm sorry. Bruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Bruthiel's a she.
How the fuck am I supposed to know that? I didn't take a peek at your cat's balls. Or non-balls that aren't there. She, all this time I thought. The pause in conversation, if that can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely 2 people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meeting like this doesn't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Still trying to be friendly. Talk about our cat. I keep my tone cordial and warm.
I'm actually surprised you have a cat, Miss McCullough.
And why exactly is that? There are a lot of people who have pets.
Yeah, but not a black one. I'm amazed you're taking care of one.
Are you cat racist?
I don't understand what you're trying to get at. Is there a problem with my cat?
No, not at all. She's very sweet.
Oh, she's angry! Was she angry the entire time? Whoopsies.
Just in other cultures, aren't they a sign of bad luck?
Back at home it is. My grandmother used to tell me stories about it,
Nothing
and
has happened to me so far.
I used to have a black cat. I used to have 2 black cats. I just realized that one of my black cats' name was Blackie, and it's just name the animal the color it is. That's good. He was such a sweetie. He always purred a lot. You even looked at him. You breathed in his direction, and he purred. Displeasure is evident on her face. Oh, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. Of course, I've forgotten that other people. Black cats aren't an omen of good luck. They are. There you go again, running your mouth off, Isabella. I rack my brain for a way to remedy the situation, but she holds out a hand.
This is a good place to stop and end this conversation, don't you think so?
I didn't mean to offend you and your cat. I'm sorry.
It is good to see you again, Santos.
Not really. You're kind of a bitch. A complete dismissal if I've ever heard one. I watch her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she has forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion, with my clients, it's the rights. I mean, I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion.
The letter, the same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCullough that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real. She's not gonna believe you. Are you kidding me? She's not gonna believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hastened to. Oh God. I hastened to pick all the bags I've left on the bench and ran away as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hand weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to get home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house, of her, of my own cowardness. I'm gonna see just how long I've been recording for. 15 minutes. Okay, sorry. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One would think that someone who had been continuously binge on instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable, but it isn't. Hunger isn't what's gnawing at me tonight, neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening.
That's not good.
Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Okay. Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
No! No! Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat.
Oh my God!
Repeatedly written on the walls.
Guys, I literally just got a shiver throughout my entire body. No! 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 This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. No one was supposed to die. Those are just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone has kept telling me, so why? And immediately I rushed to my study table to search for my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clinging tightly as soon as it touches its edges. A piece of my folded paper, the letter lying unassumingly beside it, slips into the floor when I pick up the evidence. But I pay no mind to it. There are more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I need to call her. I was with her. I was just with her not too long ago and she was okay. No. It isn't Rose, I'm sure of it. I just talked to her and... A sob escapes me and hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after another they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rose's number on the contact list. Whew. She'll answer right. She always does. She'll pick it up. Tell me to turn down the waterworks and call me a wuss afterwards.
Answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial, whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose. Don't do this to me. Please pick up.
That's horrible.
I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years. The
No.
authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
The TV runs loudly in the background. A deafening static sounds from my phone speakers. But in my ears I can only hear the screams, her pleas, her whispers. Oh, I'm coming for you! We are not safe. Rose, no! Not Rose! No, Rose! I feel like crying. I'm gonna end this episode here, guys. God, I'm just so upset. I knew she would die, but I didn't think it'd be like this. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye. I didn't mean to click out of the window before I ended the episode. Bye-bye anyway.